Okay, welcome to your first 15-minute yoga video. Today we're going to stay down on the mat the whole time, and as videos progress, we'll get a little bit more difficult as we come up onto your feet and stand and start to move around. But today we're on the mat. So I want you to come on over to all fours, and we're going to start off in our cat-cow position. Have your hands spread out down onto the mat, palms down, fingers spread out. Lock the elbows in place so your arms are nice and long. Your knees are now in line with your wrists, and your feet are just train tracked out to the back with your feet hopefully nice and flat. And if you need to bring your feet up onto your toes, you can do, but otherwise get them down nice and flat. You're going to bring your chin in close to your chest, but always keep a little gap there, enough just for your fist to fit underneath. You never want to close all that space at the bottom. You're pushing up through the shoulders. And as you go the other direction, you're letting your hips tilt and you're just looking forward, okay? You could be still looking down onto the floor or just be glancing up to the end of the mat. I never ever want to see you stretching through the neck and closing this gap again to the back. Always keep it open. And then we're going to add a little bit of breath to that. So you're going to inhale as you move, exhale as you hold. Inhale as you move, and exhale as you hold. Now for today's class, we're going to go through each exercise with 9 breaths. And that's going to be 9 each way. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now as we're going through our cats and cows, it is your first time, so you can go nice and easy with it. Just try to get the movement. But as you progress, if you were to do this video 3 times in a row, your second time around, you may be pressing your arms into the ground, lengthening through the shoulders. And as you look forward, you're squeezing those muscles just between the shoulder blades at the back. Now, if you look at my hips and my lower back, it just moves. I'm not forcing anything in my lower back. Just as I move through my upper back, the lower back kind of hinges from side to side, or front to back. And that'll get bigger and bigger as you go through. Otherwise, you just focus on the upper back, chest, and shoulders. And that's where the force is. So draw a line under your shoulder blades, pushing up through the ceiling. And that same line is like you're folding it over as you lift your chest to the back. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Always remember, if you're not finished, you can carry on. If you want to stay here for a little bit longer, you can. Or you can repeat the video 3 times. Once here, we go into your neutral spine. We're going to just slowly sit down onto our heels. And I want you to open your knees up as wide as the mat if you can, and you're just going to slide forward to your child pose. And once you're here, just relax the forehead onto the ground if you can. You're stretching out through the arms as they're starting to lengthen. Your hips are sitting back onto your heels. And you breathe. Now you're here for 9 breaths as well. But every 3rd breath, I want you to move. So that might be to come right back out of it again. Come right back in. Or, if you're comfortable down here, what you want to do is just maybe a little lift and drop, like a little mini cat and cow through the upper back and shoulders, just to release them a little bit, or a bit of movement through the hips. But you do the same movement for 3 breaths. I always remember when we're breathing, get the air into the lungs and remember to exhale all that air back out, every single little drop, before you take your next breath. Taking it even further again as you exhale, let all the air leave the body, and you just pause the breath for just a second before you take the inhale. And that will just help the body release. And if you've watched the startup video or the breathing videos at the start, you'll know how to do that, but it's not necessary as long as you just give me big inhales and big exhales. We're in these exercises or poses long enough for you to go relax and breathe anyway. Lovely. From here, we're going to slide back onto your heels, bringing your knees in close together. And if you can't comfortably sit onto your heels, that's fine. You can come up nice and high, squeezing your bum, pressing forward to support the lower back. Otherwise, you're going to be down here, and we're going to go for a little decompression through the shoulders and the the spine. So you're just going to interlace the fingers and you're going to go up nice and tall. I'm going to show you from the side. So as I go up, my shoulders start to lift, my back and my chest start to lift, my spine starts to decompress, and I almost start to feel a little bit lighter in my upper body. It almost feels like there's less pressure sitting on my hips. And with every breath, I go a little bit taller. And with me, I've got a little bit too much going on around here. So what I just do is lift my chin up and look up as well, just to give everything a little bit of space to breathe. Hopefully, after about 6 breaths, your belly button will start to stretch and you know everything's going in the right direction. Nice. And then once you get to your 9 breaths, you're going to slowly release. You're not just going to come out of it straight away. You're going to let those shoulders fall back into place. And we're going to do this 9 breaths going down. So as the 9 breaths are going down, your shoulders fall back. You're squeezing and pinning those shoulder blades together at the back as well. And if you're finding that your heart rate's maybe racing too much because the blood has to come up around your arms, back down into your heart, you can also do this with your hands here, or you can drop them fully to here, because your shoulders will fall back into place either way. Your chest will open to the front, your palms will be open, and you're squeezing those shoulder blades back. You're breathing into your core and into your tummy, and pulling your belly button in nice and tight. And you're just relaxing, letting those go. And again, if you need to move, you move. So if you need to roll those shoulders back a couple of times or knock the chest out and back a couple of times, you can as well, just like that, any way that feels good. If your body's telling you to do something, to let go or move, you feel a little bit of a cramp, you need to move in and out of it. And I would say that's our 9 breaths. So now we're going to go into an extended puppy pose. And for this, you need to go back onto your tabletop and we start to set up. First of all, we drop down onto our elbows. And I always say to people, it's just to make sure you get down there. You make a little bit of a platform first, so your forearms, your elbows, and your wrists are having the same amount of pressure. And I do a little circle just to make sure the weight is shifted forward. And then you can put the top of your head or the crown of your head just into your hands. And if you watch my chest and my hips, I just kind of like drop down. Almost that same movement you would do in a cow. Now you can stay there, or you can go straight into this extended puppy pose, which you reach out with the palms flat, drop your elbows low. And I always like to have my chin, my sort of on the ground, where I'm looking up at my mat. I can see the end of my mat from here. And I breathe, and I let my shoulders drop. I let my chest drop. And then I think about my lower back, just letting go. And I always say it as we go through all the different videos about your lower back, I always see it, imagine this as a little spring. If you get a spring and put it in between your fingers and give it a wee bounce, it will always spring back to the middle. And that's kind of how I see what the lower back is. It's an easy way to explain it. All those big muscles in the body support that and around that. And of course, there's muscles in your lower back, but they're there to kind of push and pull through the big ones, if that makes sense. It's the easiest way I think you can explain it. So it needs to be like a little spring, just moving around. So hopefully it just dips and down. That's about 6 breaths. And remember, every 3rd breath, you're wanting to move around. For here, it could just be every 3, coming back out of it into a neutral spine. Back down for another 3. It could be a case if you're on your elbows, now you're dropping to your chest. Maybe you're doing this video for your 3rd time and you're really dropping down and dipping into it. But if you're just doing it for a little morning wake up, it's fine just to relax and breathe. Let the gravity and your body weight do the work. Lovely. From here, we're going to work our way back up onto tabletop. You're going to bring your knees together, and maybe we're going to sit back into our heels. From here, we're going to do a big reach up. You're going to open up through the shoulders, through length, through the arms and the chest, and your hands are now behind you. Now, what I'm going to try and do is just try to fold my way down, and I never find this exercise comfortable. I never have. So what I do is bring my hands down first, hands go flat, and I fold my belly button over the thighs, bring my chest over the knees, and forehead down onto the floor. What might happen is your hips lift up and weight goes through the head, but you need the weight to go through your legs, so push it back. And as I breathe, I lift and fall. And then when I'm comfortable, I'll stay down. And when I know all the weight is through my body, my legs,
I reach back to my heels. And if it's not, keep a little support from your hands. And you can come in and out of it for the whole 9 breaths if you want to. Again, every 3 you want to do something, either come back out of it, come back in. Always take that transition breath. Or it could be a case of you're holding for 3, and you reach your hands back for 3. And maybe on the last one, you're just moving those legs side to side. Something like that. Or anything in between is also fine. Progression is key. We're always actively moving or doing something. Lovely. Once you've done your 9, slowly snake back up. And we've been sitting on our heels quite a lot, so we're going to bring our feet forward for the next one. Just throw them forward. And we're here. We're going to make our way down onto the ground, and we're going to teach this one of my first videos because it's one I use always from going from front onto the back. It also helps support the core and build up that little bit of strength. So what we do is we bring our hands to the front of our knees, and I always say make yourself into a boat or a rocking horse, and I'll show you why that is in a second. A boat and a rocking horse are always made from really expensive wood, okay? If you're made from plastic, you can like wiggle around wood, it's gonna be nice and tight. So let's get ourselves and make yourselves into expensive wood. Hands are in front of the knees, bring your chin to your chest and just squeeze all those muscles down the front. And now you can see my back is almost like the bottom of a boat or the bottom of a rocking horse. And to get myself onto the floor, I just balance, arms are lengthened, take a big breath, and on the exhale, I just roll onto my back. As easy as that. And I don't know if you can see me, so I'm going to shimmy forward. Just there. And once you're there, you release your shoulders, spine onto the floor, and just drop your feet down. And I only do that once on the way back. And if it was comfortable, you might do it again on the way back up. And if it wasn't, you always just get down any way you want to tread again in a different class. So now that we're here, we're going to drop our feet onto the floor, nice and flat. Simmer down hips over our back. So we're going to reach our hands behind your head. And if your arms sit comfortably onto the floor, keep them there. If they're feeling a little bit tight, I want you to be a wee bit more relaxed so you can put your hands under your head. And if your elbows are up here, you're going to be working and dropping those elbows down. Otherwise, we're going to bring ourselves into your lovely little butterfly, which is feet together, and drop your knees and your elbows toward the ground. And when we go into this exercise or this pose, sometimes we push our tummies out like this, so we're going to breathe into the belly button, and you're just going to pull everything down and get your spine nice and lengthened. And what you'll find is as your spine decompresses, that'll happen again. So always move around and make yourself comfortable. And we're here for 9 breaths. Now, you can move. Maybe the first 3 breaths you're moving through your knees. Maybe you're going through your arms because you get tight upper chest and back. Maybe you're just staying nice and still and letting gravity do its work, whatever. It's for you. And after 3 breaths, you can maybe adjust and bring those heels closer. Maybe you can bring your hands to the front and press through the knees, and you'll always know what works best for you. And always after a couple of classes, that always changes as we get better with each class. Always progressing, always moving. And then we're going to finish off with a nice little twisty turn. And today's twist is not going to be anything too crazy. It's going to be our feet opened up just as wide or wider than our hips. You're going to bring your hands now to your side, and we're going to go for a 90-90 drop, and you're slowly dropping your knees down to one side, keeping your shoulders nice and square on the floor, keeping your palms flat on the ground. I hold that for a couple of breaths, or 3, should I say. And if it feels good, starting to ease off, we're going to move, transition breath over to the other side, and then hold for another 3. Now what you're going to notice is one side's a little bit tighter or strange feeling to the other side. So maybe you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to do singles. See how that feels, a little bit of movement. And then maybe after the singles, you say, oh, my left-hand side is a little bit tighter, so I'm going to spend a wee bit of time here. I'm going to relax, I'm going to breathe. Let everything do its work, and you start to feel this area just starting to disappear, and you even feel a little bit of a stretch then going up into the shoulder at the top, and you know that everything's starting to let go and work together. And we're almost at our 9 breaths. We're going to bring our hands in front of our knees. We're going to bring our chin close to the chest. Do a little massage in the lower back until we're back up. Lovely. Good. So that was our first 15 minutes yoga class. Remember, you can do that as a little wake up to the day. It could be a little stretch after the gym, or maybe you've been lying on the sofa for too long and you've got a little bit of an ache in your back, or repeat it 3 times. And remember, the second time, you know the exercises, so you're starting to push. And the third time, if you do it 3 times in a row, you're really pushing and holding them a wee bit harder. Good. See you on the other side. Thank you very much.